So now I would like to invite Dr. Hiroki. As we have already from Dr. Ben, we learned about the weakness and the challenge of the making the 5 dimensions existed, as well. How can we transform from the non-profit into the SSEO organization? So this is might be more struggling. Our struggle is extend and extend more and more. This is very interesting in this forum. So I would like to ask then Dr. Hiroki. He is from the Seoul University. So from him we will learn about what is actually the basic relations of between the SSE with other sectors. So we try to open to see the SSE as a system. So it's time for you, Hiroki, 15 minutes. Can you manage your slides by your own? Okay. I can't hear you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now it's clear. Your time, please.
Okay, thank you, Ellie, and also thanks to Ben for his excellent presentation. I should say that his presentation is about the main logic and the reason that SSE is important and significant to realize and promote the SDG. And the presentation will be about some additional issue and additional challenge to advance and promote SSE to from more broader perspective. The title is toward integrative development of SSE and other sectors. Okay. So I will discuss 3 points about the relation between SSE and SDG. And the first topic is this relations between SSE and other sectors. A SSE sector can be creative minority from my point of view for transforming society and achieving SDGs. It is because that in reality, the size of successful or ideal SSE sector or example of the ideal SSE is in fact relatively small. Thus, their influence is limited. Here, I can summarize the relation between SSE and other sector from the perspective of SSE, organization, activity, or institution. SSE can contribute to the other sectors, including public organization or government, private companies, community, schools, charity, religion, and so on, through the innovative solutions, substantial value creation, pragmatic advocacy, etc., which are actually discussed by the Ben just before. And I also quite agree with Dr. Ben's discussion on the 5 dimensions of SSE. SSE, the core characteristics of SSE can be understood in this way, and integrity of these dimensions are important and the unique characteristics of SSE organization or activity. Second one is their relation from the perspective of the other sectors. Inappropriate governmental policy and market may be a main obstacle for SDGs, as Ben also discussed before. However, these sectors can also provide the necessary resource and enabling conditions for SSE sectors. And I should say that some exceptional cases can do this kind of the positive effect, that can have the positive effect for the SSE. For example, these public organization, private company, communities can provide can be a business partner to the SSE organization, can provide skilled fund resources for the SSE organization or activists. And the government and the company can also provide some protection and the fundamental needs for people. They can also provide some social learning opportunities or training opportunity for people. And then they establish the SSE organizations, cooperative, social enterprise, and so on. Also, it's important to note that the community, schools, religions can provide some to the people the democratic experience to be active citizens, to discuss with people, to communicate with people, to help to solve the community issue, and so on. So in this sense, these other sectors can contribute somehow in the exceptional way to promote and achieve the goal of SDGs or the core characteristics of SSE. So in the end, all sectors engage in the SDG or the core vision of SSE in a complex way. SAC sector may be effective and innovative. However, 5 dimensions, the 3 P's as the background of the events, the conceptualization, can be respectively promoted under the various space and time circumstances. That means the 5 dimension can be also promoted by the different various activities for the collaboration between SSE and other actors. So in the end, in a sense, I can call this kind of system as the complex engagement system, where various roles, impact, interactions have important roles to promote goal of SDG and the SSE. So from these perspectives, that transformation of people, planet, prosperity as the ultimate goal of fundamental value, they can be achieved through the short, medium, and the long-term synergetic effort by different actors and the sectors. The second topic is about case. And the first one is the SK group in South Korea. The SK is one of the largest business group in South Korea. It has the communication and the energy industry. It is important to note that the fundamental goal of the SK company is happiness of all stakeholders, which includes the SK people and all customers and communities. So now SK is implementing the strategy of a double bottom line, and SK headquarters asking all 17 group companies to pursue both the economic and social values. So all these large companies are really active for the practicing the social values now in South Korea and in global business. The SK company is also implementing the social value ecosystem. The SK company itself established many social enterprises, and the SK also founded many foundations and associations. And this company calls their network of the entities as the Happy Alliance. Together, they pursue the happiness of all stakeholders. So, and for example, the network includes Happy Toshirak, which is a social cooperative engaging in the food delivery business for vulnerable people. Also, SK established a Happiness Foundation, which is intermediary support organizations for the development of a social enterprise or social venture. SK is also active for the educational development about social values. It is implementing the social enterprise MBA in South Korea. Also provides the diverse participation and training program for citizens and youth. Recently, SK also established the Social Value Research Center. The second case is the Irodori Company in Japan, which is a local government invested company. And the company is doing a relief business for elderly people with innovative information and transaction system illustrated here. So briefly, this company was established by the local cooperative activists in 1980s and funded by the very small town government. However, the company grew up rapidly and now became the leading social enterprise in Japan, advocating the significance of the social business, effectiveness of social business, and the empowerment of citizens, and some alternative and effective ways for the aged society. You can see these pictures that the social impact of the Irodori includes some decent work for elderly people. Elderly people can easily doing some business by using this information system of the Irodori company and support from the town government, and control and manage their own lives by themselves and actively. So in the end, the Irodori contributed to the liberalization of community and the reduction of town government, of the elderly, the health costs, and so on. Last case is the Danjin city in South Korea, which I visited recently. The Danjin city government has been implemented the local SDG project since the 2017. With 57 sub-projects, 88 indicators, and 5 citizens goals to 2035. These goals included these kind of the citizens goals or some target. One of the citizens goal is this implementing the organizations, I mean increase of the citizens organization in cities. The Danjin, the target 100 organization. And the target includes, of course, the social enterprise, community enterprise, some of the empowered, the small, medium companies, and so on. And Danjin City calls its vision as local governance ecosystem, aiming to make the network of more than 35 institutions group in cities. These networks include the social enterprise, micro, small, medium enterprise, CSOs, schools, the youth groups, and the district councils, and other local communities, and so on. These different entities is forming the 50 different committees, which is issue-based and public-private collaboration, and so on. So these are some example of the government, the sector, or the private sector that cooperate somehow the realization of the realization of the SDGs or the value of the SSE. So last, the topic is some implication and the perspectives and challenges for the integrative development.
Your time is limited 2 minutes, Hiroki.
Okay, I will go quickly. So the 3 challenges can be discussed from this kind of observations. And as you can see, these 3 challenges are mutually interrelated. First one is short-term challenges, which is organizational innovations. In essence, it is a strategy to develop the SSE organizations, which is actually just discussed by Ben, so I skipped here. In the medium-term perspectives, so it is important to develop the system. It is important to promote the system and institutional innovation, improvement and awareness of external integrity. That means the intersectoral and organizational collaboration, which can open and flourish the larger potential of society and people to achieve SDGs and beyond at issue level, community level, and is maybe the important in the midterm perspectives. So I can call this kind of vision as the responsible pluralism of the SDG, where everyone and every organization can contribute to SDG from their own standpoint. To achieve these kind of medium perspectives, the precise understanding of the complex engagement system in respective country and the respective community is needed. People are not aware usually about this complex system in the community or the country, and so on. So understanding is very important. And of course, the skills, leadership, models of collaborations are important. And such challenge is the long-term one, the cultural innovations. to transform, especially the government sector, private sector, especially large company. It is important to continue to transform the cultural aspect or the normative aspect. So the long-term effort for cultural normative dissemination is important. So that's what. So we can go back to the basic and core values of SDG: people, planet, prosperity, and so on. To achieve this kind of cultural evolution, the innovation, step-by-step transformation is important. Encouragement to others and the resilience and the successes of SSE activities are also important. This is my last slide. And currently, I'm participating the research project of the ILO together with Dr. Eli, Ben, and Denison, and other colleagues. In connection with this presentation, the research project of the institutional mapping of SSE in Asian countries had some the connection with the three challenges, especially the previous two. The first one is the organizational innovations. From these studies, we can focus and discuss what are the effective SSE in the Asian countries and how to promote the core of SSE in the Asian countries. And the focus two will be important. What kind of institutional ecosystem has been substantially developed in Asian countries? And are there effective models, potentials, visions of intersectoral and integrative collaboration for promoting SSE in community issues and national level? So we together engaging and trying effort for discussing and researching these issues. Okay, thank you very much. This is for my presentation.
Thank you, Hiroki. Many people give comment in the chat, even for both the presenters. Very fruitful, clear thinking, and knowledge rich. Yeah. Okay. Dear all participants, we have already these two, our resource persons. We have quite complete at the first encouragement from Denison about the new normal in SSE. That means with the prosperity and different growth and so on as measurement of development. And from Ben, we have learned about organizational SSEO. How can we maintain the 5 dimensions? With Hiroki, we learned particularly about the successful system occurred in the Japan and Korea, and give the steps how can we develop from the grassroots initiative into a national functioning SSA system, as just previously described by Hiroki.